Joseph Parker beat Zhilei Zhang via it's majority decision against Zhilei Zhang. Another big win for Parker. 2 massive wins in a row against 2 massive punches in the heavyweight division. Massive stuff for Joseph Parker. He's going to have to bloody rematch Zhang. And I think it's a joke that there's rematches for interim titles. Should not be. Parker should be allowed to move on. Pretty dull fight, not going to lie. But I'm happy Parker won. I am. Got dropped twice, still won. I think it was closer than what it was, based than what people were saying, based on the knockdowns. I had it closer. I feel like those first 2 rounds, you could have given it either way. But I do think Parker's the well-deserved winner. I do. I do think Parker's the well-deserved winner in that fight. Zhang simply did not do enough in that fight. God knows what the guy was doing. I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys also noticed this, but Zhang was not throwing his shots with enough intention, in my opinion. He was not. His left hands were not being thrown with enough intention whatsoever. Quite a bit of the time. But no, I think Parker was able to dictate the pace, and he came out well after being knocked down in the 3rd round. Came back really strong rounds 4, 5, and 6, and 7. He came out really, really, really strong. Then got dropped in the 8th. But Parker was mostly able to stay in control, in my opinion, though. And let's be real, Parker was able to dictate the pace of the fight. Parker was able to dictate the pace, and just behind his jab at range, really. And Zhang just did not do anything in that fight. It was a really disappointing performance from Zhang. But yeah, fair play to Parker. 2 big wins in a row for him now against Wilder and Zhang, 2 really hard hitters. But yeah, they are going to have to rematch. I would have liked to see Parker and AJ, to be fair. That is the fight I would have liked to see. Now, I wanted to see the winner of AJ and Garner, which was AJ, and the winner of Zhang versus Parker, which was Parker. I want to see them go at it, but bloody, I just hope that they pay Zhang off or something. I hope they pay Zhang off, so that way he does have the rematch, because Zhang doesn't deserve a bloody rematch. He doesn't deserve a rematch. You shouldn't, as an interim champion, you don't deserve a rematch clause. There shouldn't be. Rematch clauses are getting ridiculous in boxing now. But yeah, look. Joseph Parker was able to dictate the pace well with his jab behind his lead hand. But yeah, Zhang just didn't do enough and didn't throw with enough intention, if we're being honest here. He didn't. It was weird. It was a strange one. Unless, Parker, like something that we can't see, Parker's just amazing at, making you lower your punt volume. But I know, I thought that I still, just from what I was watching, Zhang could have threw more. He could have. There just wasn't enough coming from him. And I feel like there were some opportunities where he could have threw more. To be honest with you, he really could have. I feel like Zhang also didn't follow through enough on his work when he had Parker down. Didn't follow through enough. Didn't go for it. I don't even know if he's paid. It's like he just couldn't be asked to go forward and fully knock him out. But no, Parker. But apart from that, Parker was dictating it well, showed some good footwork, and was doing decent behind the jab. But to be fair, Parker did rock Zhang quite a few times in that fight. Actually, Parker landed some good shots. And he did hurt Zhang, but I feel like Parker played it smart in that fight, and that's exactly what he needed to do. And I feel like for Parker, he did the right things by not fully following up. Just keep it patient, stick to the boxing. That's what Parker did. Fantastic stuff from him. The guy's on a roll right now. So big respect to Joseph Parker. Really happy that he got that win today, to be honest with you. And yeah, just played it calm, played it cool, just played it really well, to be fair, in my opinion. And you just got him and Andy Lee, got the tactics spot on once again, doing all the right things. And, he's a threat to a lot of people, Joseph Parker. Parker does carry power. I mean, I see a lot of people calling him pillow fists and all that, but Parker can hurt you when he wants to. But I feel like against and Andy Lee's bringing the more aggressiveness out of Parker. And I feel like The reason why we haven't seen knockouts and stoppages from Parker in his last two against Wilder and Zhang is because those two fights stick to the boxing, put on a boxing masterclass, and you don't want to go out there, just risk all the work that you're doing, which is really good, to get knocked out. So I feel like he's playing it well today, to be fair. The only downside about Parker, and I feel like that'd be a downside if he goes up against someone like AJ, is that Parker doesn't move his head. He just doesn't move his head enough, in my opinion, and he can be there to hit at times. But apart from the lack of head movements and stuff from Parker, really, really, really good boxing. He's improved his game massively, and he's adding the power into the game as well, which I do think that could have actually been something that made Zhang more cautious, because he felt the power of Parker, and it was like Zhang was pretty shocked by it and didn't really know what else to do, because Zhang was worried he'd get knocked out. So that's possibly why Zhang had to play it cautious, because Joseph Parker also mixed up that power into his game as well, and the more explosiveness and aggressiveness, and that's what we need and like to see from Joseph Parker. So really, really, really happy that we're seeing that from him, and it's looking good for Joseph Parker right now. I'm really excited to see what his next move will be. I'll probably upload a video tomorrow on what I think everyone's next move should be. But there are some big fights out there for him in the heavyweight division. But I just don't want to see him fight Zhang in the rematch. I hope they pay off Zhang. I hope Saudi pays Zhang a lot of money just to make him step back. I don't want to see the rematch. I just don't think there's a point in rematching for an interim title. Like, if it was for a world title, yeah, I'd get it. But for an interim title, you don't need to rematch. And it wasn't even the most entertaining fight you'd see. I mean, there were good moments in the fight, but it wasn't exactly the most amazing watch ever. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for watching the video. Okay, I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching.